I think it's about time someone put these beds in their place. That's why this is 100 reasons to hate beds! You can't just buy a bed. You can't just get a bed. You got to get all the different parts first. You got to get the frame. You got to get the mattress. You got to get the first little cover that goes on it. Then you got to get the duvet. Then you got to get the pillow covers. Then you got to buy the extra large condoms. Why can't you just get it in one big batch? Why are there so many different sizes? Have you ever heard of the phrase, "I'm having a nightmare"? Let's just get our heads around this for a second. There's a piece of furniture that when you go on it, your head starts making you think of horrible things. Family members dying, ghosts and vampires, people attacking you, you're getting buried alive. A bit of furniture makes you think all that Are you telling me you just got your kitchen done, one of your cupboards makes you have nightmares? You wouldn't take that back to the shop straight away? Single? Queen? Twin? It's too difficult to get your bed right. You gotta try out the mattress. So you gotta go to some bed shop or IKEA, some shit like that. You gotta go on the mattress in a shop with everyone looking at you. And the person working in the shop's like, you take your time. You try out that mattress. You gotta get the right fit. But what happens? Every single time you're with your partner and some jobsworth tells you off for fucking in the bed. Double queen, big king, memory foam mattresses. I don't need to remember what my body's like. My body's right here. I ain't forgetting, mate. And then when I lose my keys and I come to you for help, all of a sudden your mind's gone blank. King double, super king. Those buttons at the end of a quilt, they're too fiddly. When your partner pulls the bed sheets, give them back. Oh, how much is that mattress? £450? I might as well shoot myself in the head and sleep in the coffin! Triple king! Those elastic undersheets? They're alright. You know the ones with a little elastic bit? Helps them go on easy? Yeah, they're alright, actually. So why do some undersheets not have any elastic on? Emperor? Got 10, 12, Pharaoh? You got Pharaoh beds? Why do they have to call them single beds? Yeah, why do you have to slap that reminder on you? You're lonely. We might as well call them a die-alone bed. Why do some pillows feel like you're sleeping on concrete? I hate it when the bed is too short and my legs dangle on the ends. Just want to clarify with that last one. That's not because I'm lying in a kid's bed. I'm just talking about your standard bed, your legs are a bit too long. That's not me saying that I'm in a kid's bed and I'm complaining the kid's bed should be small. I've always said kids' bed should be small. Why do some pillows feel like you're just sleeping on a pillowcase? There's nothing there. Beds are one of only two things that you can wet. Yeah? You can wet yourself and you can wet your bed. And no one enjoys doing either of those things. Feathers in my pillow. Oh, great, yeah. I'm never really relaxing night's sleep with a bit of carcass underneath my head. You might as well have me sleeping on a bit of black pudding, you sick f***s. They're too squeaky. Beds are basically designed to grass up on you when you're trying to get nookie. Other people's beds smell weird. You ever had to stay over in someone else's bed? You can't jump on them like a trampoline without them breaking. Sofa beds are the shittest thing in the world. Excuse me, is a hammock a bed? It is? Fucking hell, right. Don't get me started on hammocks. Sweet Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. I tell you where I want to sleep. I want to get 2 trees. I want to get a bit of fabric in between them. Do I want to be high up so that if I fall, I'm going to die? Yes, please. And I want this fabric to be so precarious that any slight movement with my body is going to tip me over the side onto a bed of coconuts and pain. Bed bugs. There are little beasts in our beds that eat our bodies. You're not aware of this? That's why they're called bed bugs. They're in the bed. And what do we do every night? We get in the bed with the bugs. With the bed bugs! Do you remember when your parents would say to you before you go to sleep, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite? Hang on a second, Mum! Hang on a second, Papa! You're saying that to me right before I close my eyes and go to sleep. You're basically going to me, oh, don't let those bed bugs bite! Don't let them eat you! And now I'm supposed to try and get to sleep! What the f*** are you thinking? Also, remember when you were a kid, sometimes, under your bed, there's a monster. There's just been a monster under your bed. What? Is that alright now? Because how did it get in the house? Monster under your bed. And what'll happen? You tell your mum and dad, you do the responsible thing. Like, Mum, Dad, there's a fucking monster under my bed. And what do? They have a look and they go, there's nothing there. They were in on it all along. Everyone talks about the underside of your pillow being the coolest thing in the world. You ever seen B.A. Baracus? Top and tailing. Lads, just lie next to each other. It's not weird just because you're lying next to each other. Don't mean you're immediately going to start fucking each other. Tell you what's weirder, topping and tailings and how your feet are next to his head. That's going to get off with your feet, if anything. People who say Betty Bye-Byes! How messed up is it that your parents get to decide when you go to bed? That's why when you're a kid, your parents just say, that time you're off to bed and you got to sleep. You might not be tired, but your mum and dad are like, time to be tired now, you got to go to sleep. 31 years old, still getting text messages from my mum and dad. Time for Betty Bye-Bye. I'm like, oh! When do burglaries happen? Night time. Beds are responsible for keeping us unawares. Bunk beds. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what I'd really like. I'd like a bit of furniture and a fat relative on top of me, please. Water beds. Oh, come on with fucking water beds. Oh yeah, can't see any problems happening with a water bed, can you? Blow up mattresses. They take ages. It's like trying to blow up about 10 sex dolls. Not that I don't know how long it takes to blow up a sex doll. I'm imagining the size. I'm looking at the size. I'm thinking you could fit 10 sex dolls in a bed for sure. So I don't know how many sex dolls per bed. I don't know. I'm just saying. Why? Everyone's overanalyzing everything I'm saying in these videos. I'm just saying it might take approximately the same time it takes to blow up 10 sex dolls. That's all I'm saying. Have you heard of the phrase, you make your bed, you have to lie in it? I'm telling you now, that's not true. 100% that's not true. I didn't make my bed. I didn't make any of the beds in my house. And if I come back to my house and there's some guy, Keith, from some mattress factory sleeping in my bed going, I made this mattress, I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police and being like, hey lads, there's a guy called Keith in my bed. No, he doesn't live in the house. Yes, he did make the mattress. If you get out of the bed on the wrong side, you're in a bad mood all day. Everyone says it. Super king. I'm sorry. What is a super king? Have you ever slept on a bed in a sleeping bag? That's the creepiest feeling in the world. How often are you supposed to change your sheets? What, is it like a week? Every 2 weeks? Does it count as like working days? Because what if you're away for a couple of days? Well, you got to wash your bed sheets. You weren't even in your bed. Is it working like 14 working days? If you're out of the house, they don't count as working. When do I do it? Hotel beds. Yeah, hotel beds nice and comfy, isn't it? But you can't get out of your head the fact that about 500 people have slept in that bed. And yeah, they'll clean the bed. Of course they'll clean the bed. But I tell you what you can't clean out of a bed. Emotional baggage. You don't know what's going on in that bed. Maybe a couple have been there enjoying their holidays. Maybe it's just been one sad businessman wanking himself into oblivion. You just don't know. It's all in your mind. You can't do anything in a bed without it becoming sexual. It might just be the only place you got in the room. There's clutter on the chairs. You're like, let's just sit on the bed, play a nice game of Monopoly. That Monopoly game is going to become sexy pretty quickly whether you like it or not. Massages on beds are too hard. Well, where am I going to put my head? What, I'm going to put it outside, get neck ache. I'm going to try and force it through an unyielding mattress like a proboscis monkey. Sometimes you try and put on a sleep podcast, but sleep podcasts are boring. So you're too bored, so you put on like one of those murder podcasts trying to solve a murder. But then you get too scared, so then you got to put on a sleep podcast, try and get to sleep. But they're too boring, so you got to put on a murder podcast. But then a murder podcast gets you too scared, so you pop on a sleep podcast, try and relax yourself a little bit. But that's too boring, you can't sleep to that. So you put on the murder podcast, but then you're scared of murder. Pop on a sleep podcast, boring. Murder podcast, scary. Sleep podcast, boring. Murder podcast, I'm scared. Sleep podcast! Choosing a duvet cover has become boring. When you were a kid, you could have whatever you liked. Yeah, favourite cartoons, favourite football clubs, stuff like that, favourite film characters. What are you going to have now you're an adult? Stripes or plain? Why do they rattle? What are you doing? Oh, yeah. Well, what should we have the main quality of this bedboard? Are people going to be up against it? Yes. Let's make it rattly as then. Correction from earlier. You can wet 3 things. Your pants, your bed, and your dreams. The worst thing about beds, it's got to be dreams. Yeah? Dreams mess with your head, don't they? You fall asleep, and yeah, all right, they're not as bad as nightmares. Dreams can be quite nice, but sometimes, you wake up, the dream's not there, you may be a bit disappointed, but it does give you a kick up the arse, a dream, doesn't it? Gives you a bit of motivation in life. And I mean, there isn't any other furniture like that, is there? Isn't any other bit of furniture that you go on and you have dreams? You think of a loved one, or you see a career path that you want to do, or even just seeing like a magical world that you don't even know exists. Like you're fighting aliens with a laser, like, take that alien! You never get to shoot aliens in real life. Yeah, maybe some people who work for the FBI do, but I bet they're not allowed to shoot them, really. I bet they get sacked if they do that. Not in my dreams, baby boy! Alien scum, die! Oh, I loved your dreams are incredible. I mean, what was I saying about beds? Oh, I had a right go at them, didn't I? Just remembered dreams. Is it too late to go over this again? I like beds. Beds.